Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel here today. Hopefully guys day is going all well. In today's video we are starting a brand new series called TheBotTalk on the channel. Today's first episode is really special. It's the first ever episode of the series. We have a good guest coming up for you guys. But quickly before the video starts, if you guys want to support the brand new series, go down below, go check out the Twitter. I will be starting a Discord group very soon. And also the way these videos are structured, I have the beginning part introducing the person, the questions I made for the person, and then the third and final part, which is the questions from Twitter. So if you guys want to submit any questions from Twitter, make sure to follow the TheBotTalk Twitter and submit your questions per guest. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Okay guys, jumping straight into today's episode, we have Sean from PD. His personal account has over 3,800 followers on Twitter, and he is affiliated with Project Destroyer, which has accumulated over 65,000 followers across all three sectors of their business, which is the bot itself, renting, and proxies. So jumping straight into this, these are the questions coming from Twitter and questions I've made myself. So for the first question that I'm going to ask Sean today, the question is, how did you get into the botting / reselling scene?
All right, so reselling, I've been reselling for around 4 or 5 years now. First shoe I ever resold, the Sweater Sevens. Got 2 pairs, thought it was awesome. Sold them for, I think it was like $250 or something like that. And I was just amazed that somebody decided to pay me over retail for some shoes. And then I just got hooked after that. As far as botting, probably about 2 years ago, I was just sitting around and I was like, man, I got to start doing more than this in-store game, because that's really how I used to get all my stuff, was just in-store raffles and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I got to hop on this botting game. Like, I see these people getting 10, 20, 30 pairs of shoes. Like, I need that to be me. So I started looking around, saw Cyber, saw PD, saw a few other bots, and figured I'd hop in the game, see what I could do.
Yeah, that's like most people, but obviously certain people come up different ways. But most people that I know just jump straight to botting. But it's interesting that you started with in-store, flipped it, saw the potential, and then went into botting, which is personally the better way to do it.
Yeah, see, I didn't really know much about the botting scene, to be honest. Like, I had heard about it, and of course, I mean, like, people hear about people botting websites and stuff like that, but until you really hopping into sneaker Twitter was like really exposed me to like all the aspects of botting, what all comes along with it, proxies, servers, so on, just stuff like that. And like, it showed me that I really did not know as much as I thought I did about the shoe game.
Yeah, same with me. When I jumped in, I kind of got hit with everything all at once. It took me a while to learn everything because there's so many elements to it.
Oh yeah,
like
huge learning curve.
Yeah, like if you were just to say to someone, oh, I'm gonna bot these shoes, if you actually go into what botting is, you got servers, you got proxies, you got bots, you got accounts. It's a big thing. But on that note, how long into the botting scene were you recruited to joining Project Story?
So actually, funny thing is, while I was on my hunt to find a good bot that I wanted, of course, I mean, you know, everybody's always sold out. They're doing their little surprise restocks here and there. Well, I saw that PD had posted a forum and they were hiring. There was something about PR, social media management, support, stuff like that. So I was like, hey, what's the worst gonna happen? I'll send my resume in, see what happens. Next day, got a contact back from the boss man at PD. He's like, hey, I like your resume. Would you like to do an interview today or tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure. We did a quick little interview, got brought on the next day. I got brought on as a little social media guy. All I would do was answer DMs on Twitter, pop a couple tweets in here and there. Did that for about, I started in February or March. I did that till about May. And then I got moved up, and now I just kind of help manage the whole support team. I just kind of make sure PD runs smooth so all the devs can code on a daily basis and they don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, okay, that's interesting because obviously I think recruitment came quite a long way. I think maybe like a year ago it would have been a lot easier to get a job. But it's interesting that you've gone through all the ranks. Like you started from just being a PR to moving up to management. And to be honest, I'm not trying to sound broad, but if someone thinks of PD, they think of you.
Yeah, and that's actually like, to be honest, I didn't realize how much of a reach I really had until we did that first little complex con thing last year where I showed up and we were like, yo, we're doing PD keys, we're dropping them, this, that, and the third. And then we start dropping keys and I see 30, 40, 50 people pull up around me and I'm just like, whoa, like, it's kind of humbling because you're like, man, I really didn't think it was that big of a deal. And then like all the people meeting me, hey man, you helped me cook this shoe and this shoe. I really appreciate it, man. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Like, it's just awesome feeling to just be able to put faces with names and like people coming up and telling you like, dude, I couldn't have done this without you. I really appreciate all the help you do. I love the help from the team. You guys are just so helpful. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool experience. To say that the botting community isn't like huge, as some people would assume compared to the mile community, but if you can make impacts like that, it actually links into the next question. The next question is, how did joining Project Destroy and going through all those ranks and gaining the financials you did and gaining the social media following you did, how did that impact you in your personal life or mentally or just in that general aspect?
There's a few different ways it impacted me. First off, the first person who helped me gain all the social media stuff, that was Curdy. One day, I don't know how, this man ended up finding my personal Twitter, shouted me out, and just overnight, everybody just started following me. And then it just kind of grew from there. Of course, helping with PD. People know me from the PD Discord, helping them out, this, that, and the third. So I always offer them, if they ever need anything, like 24/7. If I don't answer my Discord DMs, just hit me up on Twitter. So that just kind of helped too. It really helped me as far as like building my own personal brand, I guess you would say, kind of like how Curdy did with Peachy and stuff like that. I decided to do me and my thing with Loopstars. So PD really helped me give me like the jump start I needed to kind of build myself in the community.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good to see, because I think a lot of people on Sneaker Twitter see themselves as insignificant, but everyone that we see as the big names in the community have started in the same place as us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Through there, yeah, and then just slowly grew from other people. Obviously, there is an aspect of gaining following from the places you work, but it's good to see that people started in the same place and then slowly build their way up. There wasn't any guaranteed popularity and stuff.
Oh yeah, when I did this, I had no interpretation that I was going to get famous or anything like that. That I was going to get a bunch of clout off of it or anything like that. Like anybody who knows me, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just a guy with some shoes. Like. Yeah, like I help people on, and like I'm connected to PD, but at the end of the day, like you can't let that kind of like give you a boosted ego or like affect your mentality or anything like that.
Yeah. I feel like the people that do have an ego, I think everyone sees through it, and in a way, it's kind of interesting that obviously you don't, and obviously you have more of a positive impact than a negative impact. I think that's the way to go about it if you do get popularity these days in the community. So obviously, good on you for doing it that way.
Yeah, I try to help out as many people as I can. Like I said, I got started just on the support team, so it was always like what I knew to do was just to help people. And then, like I said, by creating Loopstars, that was just another way to branch out my helping, because now not only do I get to focus on PD users, I help people from other bots and other like branches of the sneaker community. So it's cool to be able to interact with all those people in just like one place and be able to know people by name and help them out every week.
Mm-hmm. And speaking on Loopstars, what actually gave you the inspiration or the motivation to go ahead and create that idea? Because obviously, cook group's a big thing to actually take on. So, what was
pretty much, some people were talking and they were just like, "Man, like you help enough people in like PD. Why don't you try and branch out?" And because I would always have people outside PD hit me up, "Hey man, do you have a site list? Do you have early links? Do you have anything like this so I can help set up for this site?" And at the time, I never really did because I didn't think about it. And I was like, well, how about I branch out and just kind of see if I can do my own thing? Like I see all these people like Curdy, AMN, all this stuff like that. And I was like, well, let me see if I can just kind of make my own little community and see if I can help some people out.
Yeah, I think it's definitely helped because obviously Loopstars has a substantial following along with your actual following as well. And it's actually came quite a long way around when it started. So props to you for that. But during your time throughout Project Destroy and Loopstars, obviously you've came across loads of people that want to actually work for you. But what do you actually look for with a person that you want to work with?
My main thing is I don't want my staff to put their own success over my users. So first thing I tell staff whenever they want to apply for Loopstars is I expect you to put the users first. So no flexing on them, no acting like you're better than them, no nothing like that. Put the users first, make sure they cook, make sure they're successful. Just kind of build that trust in yourself, I guess you would say. Because that's the main thing that I learned in PD is like not everybody is going to be on the same page. So if you take everybody and treat them like they're brand new and just walk through step from step, help everybody on all aspects, they tend to come back to you more. They tend to build that trust in you, like you know what you're talking about, and it tends to help you grow better as a person too, I feel. So I don't like no egos or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it because obviously I feel like with some bots, Discord or groups Discord, they feel like there's like a ego
Yeah,
complex,
definitely.
and yeah, so I feel like it kind of discourages certain new users. Like I have loads of people that from when I've been working at Adept and Ping that don't message in the general chat but DM me because I know it sounds weird, but they're scared to ask
Yeah,
questions because they feel
they
like
feel like they'll be
it's
attacked.
stupid. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, well, that isn't really the environment you should be in if you're brand new.
Exactly.
You should be able to trust the support team and go from there. But it's a good thing that you're actually looking for that in people. So if anyone's looking for, if you're listening to this months ahead and you're looking for a staff role at PD or Loopstars, then that's what you gotta do. You gotta build the users first before yourself. But speaking on obviously Project Destroyer, reselling, Loopstars, how has all this together impacted your life in positive ways, but also some negative aspects, if there's any negative?
Positive ways were, of course, I was able to build my shoe game, stuff like that. So reselling was always big to me. My first huge year reselling was my first year at PD, just because I was able to cook like Shopify, DSM, Kith, Yeezy Supply, all that. Last year was beautiful for me, and then with the addition of Supreme too, that just added a whole nother level. So it was able to make so where I could build my brand, build my company, and so on and so forth. A lot of the negative things, I used to take social media super serious. So like whenever I'd see someone say something negative, like I would take it to heart and feel the need to respond about it. And now I just kind of like, I don't know. I look at it as people are just going to use that little online persona to say what they want. But if they ever saw me in person, like they would never really say it. So other people say what they want on the internet. It's cool. But if they really got an issue, they can talk to me in person about it. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I feel like it's that expression of like keyboard warriors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
yeah, I feel like that's why going to events like this and putting names to their face, like you said, is actually interesting just to see how people are different in person to
Oh
online.
yeah, because I've had people dog PD. Oh, this bot's trash. This bot's garbage. Blah blah blah. This that and the third. And then these same people, like when we go to Complex Con, or if I say I'm at some sneaker event or something like that, and they meet me like, "Hey man, I'm so and so from PD," and I'm like, "You're really nice in person, but you're kind of a jerk online. Like, what's this? Like, what's the whole persona?" And they're like, "Oh no, man, that's just me. I'm just talking." Well, it's like, dude, you don't really need to put on that like front or facade to like make people like you, dude. Just be like normal, cool, calm, collective. Like that's all it is. You don't have to have that ego.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like some people do that to fit in.
Oh yeah,
like they want
definitely
to do what's popular. But I guess it's like a learning curve. I think people should develop their own opinions.
I agree, and instead of and a lot of what this industry does is like they take big names, they take these big people, and like a lot of the big people, myself included, like we like to make memes, we like to joke around this, that, and the third. But also, there's a time where like you got to realize you have a platform of people, like especially some of these bot developers, these people who have like 10, 13, 14, 15,000 followers, like stuff like that. Man, you got to realize like some of the stuff that you say can really negatively affect some people if you go about it the wrong way. So knowing how to use your platform and knowing how to use it for good and not just for memes and for dumb stuff like that's another aspect that a lot of these people need to learn, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I think some people need to just sharpen up. I think some people mirror what other people do with a bigger platform, like the lower people. So obviously it becomes a widespread thing to be negative, but I guess it's just one of those things on our online community.
Yeah, you see it all the
same
time.
Thing with gaming.
Yeah, exactly. Game communities are super toxic, and it's just I feel like if we just stepped away from that toxicity and like focus more on like the positive aspects, like helping people, stuff like that. Like for example, when PD did the Christmas giveaway last year, dude, we donated an enormous amount to a bunch of different charities. So it's like, why not use you guys' platforms to help people do charities, shoe drives, just simple stuff like that, rather than trying to, hey man, I posted a meme, let's everybody laugh at it. Like, come on now, you can do better than that.
Yeah, I think that's like the perfect way to say it, just to put the message out there. Obviously, this will hit some people and maybe they might change. Some people won't, but I guess that's just the inevitability.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But moving on to the last question from me is, can you tell us anything about the future that you have planned for Loopstars or PD, or maybe a new project? Anything seen?
Loopstars, of course, we're adding new features every day. We're trying to focus on getting like foot sites monitors, SNS monitors, stuff like that. I'm working on possibly getting some backdoor plugs in so I can get my users like exclusive stuff like that. PD, of course, PD, we got some big things planned. Can't really talk about as much on that due to the NDA we signed, but definitely stay tuned for fall PD. We did pretty well for foot sites over the weekend, but as always, we got some room to improve. As far as stuff that I personally have planned, I'm in the process of possibly opening up a resale, buy, sell, trade, like consignment store type thing. So hopefully I can get that rolling in the next 4 or 5 months.
That would be really interesting, like to see that, because I think a lot of people have done that, but I feel like you need to have a true passion for it to actually make.
Oh yeah, I agree. And like like I said, I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years, so this is it's something that I really like. I like connecting people with the community, stuff like that. Plus, I feel like having a store builds more credibility and reputation with somebody's name. Because if you look at an online store, I mean, yeah, cool, you can sell all these things, stuff like that, but there's no real personal like connection. But if you have a physical store, people come in, they meet you, they touch the shoes, they feel it and everything like that. And they're like, oh, this is cool. And then I get my chance to just meet new people and talk to people and stuff like that. Like ask them why they're coming in here, like what interests them in shoes. And I don't know, I just like doing that.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell more about a person from meeting them in person, selling the shoes, and just having a DM conversation and selling a PayPal link.
Exactly. And I like that personal connection that I make with my, like, even like I said, even with the PD users, my Loopstar people, I like having that personal connection with people.
Yeah, I agree. But we're going to move on to the final section of today's episode, and that is where you guys at home can essentially ask questions on Twitter. So the first question is on the screen right now is by Cart Bypass, and he said, is PD going to keep cooking foot sites, and what kind of changes / updates are being planned?
Yeah, like I said earlier, PD did pretty well on the satins. Like I said, we always have room to improve, so we're always going to keep upgrading, fighting a combine, bot protection, stuff like that. One of the newest updates we had was the addition of the cookie harvester. Cookie harvester did beautiful. If you harvested your cookies in time and everything like that, and if you started them early for last week on the satins, you hit easy cooks, no issue. So definitely the cookie harvester is going to be a game changer for us. So make sure to utilize that in the future.
Yeah, I definitely suggest everyone to buy up PD. Obviously, PD is a pretty dominant bot. It's been a pretty dominant name for a while, so I'm personally going to be doing it pretty soon. I'm just waiting for the right time. But moving on to the final question, what is your opinions on the XW19 collection for spring?
Ooh, okay. So fall winter, there was actually a couple pieces that I liked. The dirt bike, of course. Dirt bike is going to be an awesome cop, especially once that comes out. People riding it around cities, stuff like that. Flex picks, super cop. Voodoo doll, I thought was super awesome too. I've never really seen an accessory like that. The Supreme burner phone, that's definitely something new. I've always been a fan of Supreme accessories. I just think they're kind of cool. As far as some of the clothes, kind of disappointed in some of the clothes. The bandana box logo, super fire. Like that's probably one of the better box logos they've done. I think maybe some of the collabs will do really good this season. Definitely looking forward to North Face as always. I'm interested to see who they end up collabing with as well, because we saw a couple previews in the lookbook, but didn't really see like the full collabs and what all they plan on releasing. So I'm interested to see how this season goes.
Yeah, I feel like this season isn't one of those straightforward seasons. I feel like it's more interesting compared to some dead seasons. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more good accessories this season compared to last.
There's some wild stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah, you got a burner phone, you got a bike. It's interesting. But I feel like that will conclude today's episode. If you guys did enjoy, and if you guys want to see more from Sean from PD and Loopstars, all the links to all his socials and all the companies he's affiliated with will be down below. I highly suggest you go check them out, go follow, stuff like that. Make sure to interact with them. It's a good company. And also, if you guys have any feedback for the episode, by all means, go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. I'll respond to all the comments. That has been it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace out.